Alright. Game development. That's the thing I do. Oh. Okay. Da-da-da. Oh, that is OBS. There we go. And it is I. The Phoenix Meister. Okay. Today, it's time to work on some rhythm mechanics. So I'll do this later. That's easy. This lo-fi is a little loud. For me, at least. There we go. Okay. Bring my mic down. Turn it. Stuff I should have did before I unmuted. Oh God. There we go. Hello, Knack. Welcome, Knackram. Oh boy. Okay, so we're working on rhythm game attacking, which means we need to make rhythm mini games. I worked on it a little bit last night. This is like freshly into territory that I have no idea how to do, and I'm like almost certain no one else on the internet knows how to do it that can like readily tell me how. So we'll have to see how we get along. Turn on one of these lights. There we go. Turn on the overhead light. Oh, that's Adam. That's not what I meant to click. Oh, Trello. That's what I was looking at. Okay. So, rhythm mini games is like a big thing. I'm not finishing Battle Backgrounds anytime soon. I'm just gonna take this off. Because that's gonna be like a whole like background art kind of thing. I need to make 2 of those, and that's gonna take a long while. I just turned that off, didn't I? Date, save. There we go. Okay, so taking the date off of that. Shadows is my first date. Once I get this rhythm game attacking thing in, I feel like almost everything else is so much simpler. I don't have to like bullshit a new system myself anymore. I don't think that's going to actually be difficult. Everything else should be simple. I'm hoping. All right, so to start off, let's talk about design. So I made a little document that's like basically just a bunch of manic scribbles that are kind of organized. Okay, do I have my, yep. Okay. So I did this on my tablet, so I'm just gonna use my mouse to point stuff out. I'm gonna change my color to red so that we can point stuff out easier with the mouse. And then I'm going to make a new layer. Okay. Alright, so basically this is the concept here. Whoops, I hit the wrong button. Okay, so this is the concept. We're trying to make something like this, where the where it creates like a little rhythm mini game next to the player. Arrows come in, you press them on rhythm, like a rhythm game. It's a little rhythm mini game. And so I was gonna use them for just like specials and fusion attacks, but I decided I wanted to make like a basic one that actually uses the arrow keys, like the directional buttons and the like main button for the character. So like it'll be A for Drake in this instance, because either party member can be the first or second party member, but it'll be A for the first party member and then B for the second. And then I want it to be set up so that I can give it like a direction and the arrows can come from any direction. And then I want the arrows to spawn from the direction that they're supposed to come from, and then move towards the other end. And as they go, they get like more visible. So they like fade in. And I want there to be 2 arrow types. One you have to hold and then release, and then one you have to just press. So for now, I'm thinking I'm only gonna do the press ones because I can't seem to find anything on like doing hold and release inputs. Like rhythm games are just unexplored in Game Maker, I think, because of how Game Maker handles. You saw the last time we handled rhythm mechanics. Game Maker handles syncing stuff between songs really weird. And you have to do math with this thing called delta time, which is like the time in I think milliseconds or microseconds that happens in between each frame, because it varies depending on if the game lags even a little bit or not, and it'll desync your whole song. So I solved that issue. We have a working metronome that works like perfectly, or as perfect as it's gonna get. So now we just have to figure out how to get the inputs going. And that's like the hard part, I think. So then we got some variables. This is just for me for when I'm making the object. Then I have a bunch of scribbles over here to like figure out where I need to draw everything. And then this is a diagram showing, like the different orientations. So like if I set it to left, the arrows spawn over here, and then they go this way towards these prompts. And if I do it like top, I'll have prompts down here, and the arrows will go that way instead. So first thing we can do before diving back into the code that I started is open up a sprite and make some arrows. Well, first I have to dig. Let me see how long. Let me see how big these need to be. Cause I have all the size information that I'm gonna need. Let me run this real quick. There we go. Oh, I gotta run DS4 Windows real quick. Welcome, Reality Film Z Me. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, Reality. I just said the whole thing because I didn't know what you preferred. Alright. So right now, how what I'm doing right now is I have, I use GitHub. Yes, I do code. I use GitHub, which holds all my code. And I have 2 different branches here. I've been coding for 3 years. Yeah, 3 years mostly. Last year, not as much because I was working on my webtoon. But I have 2 different branches here. The main one. Thanks for the follow, Reality. Unite up. The main branch is like what we've been working on forever. And I have a separate branch, which I can fuse with the main branch later for doing this reality minigame. Because I don't want to screw up the other battle system by trying to do this one. So until I figure it out, I'm just going to leave them separate. So that's a cool little feature. Alright, so I'm going to run in here and start a battle. Alright, so this is where our window is. And like battles just kind of happen over it right now. But this is what we're working with. So we're just trying to figure out like how to draw everything and where everything goes. What do you think about coding a streaming service? It sounds possible. I wouldn't be able to do it. Someone smarter than me would. Knowing my skill set and the fact that I have only coded in Game Maker for the most part, I can tell you definitively that it will probably be never. Draw the surface. Okay, so that's what I was doing next. I was gonna draw the surface that I'm gonna draw all the arrows and stuff to in the code. So now I need to figure out how big I need to make these arrows. So I need to figure out how big I want the box itself to be. So let's see here. This way. You're gonna attack. I'm gonna attack. It should be a little higher than that, actually. And I think the size isn't so bad. Already. Where am I drawing this? Oh, I just dropped it into the room. I forgot. So let's just say I put it like right here and then make it a little wider. I don't charge people anything because I don't work for anybody else when it comes to programming. I am doing this for myself of my own volition. That's what I'm looking for. I'm gonna make this 120 just to see what that looks like, and then move it up. Now see, if I was a professional programmer, I would have an answer for you. I ran into the cutscene. If I was a professional programmer, I would have an answer for you, but really I'm just a hobbyist. I'm actually in IT support for a real job. I want to do this for a job, but I want to make games. I don't want to develop software or streaming services. Yeah, that's like a decent enough spot. Yeah. I think right about there should do. Oh, what did I close? Oh, one of the rooms. That's not gonna work. Room. Drake home. Did I close? Oh, no. I closed room battle. There we go. And then I need to put room battle back over here. For the sake of convenience. What is this? The party spawner? Why can't I click anything in the room? Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Yeah, that's the party spawner. Okay. It's the battle minigame. Enemy spawn. Why is the... Hold on. I'm just curious. What happens if I... Because I don't remember why I put the enemy spawner right there. It's probably because they spawn depending on the enemy spawner's position. No, they don't. There's no reason for that to be in the middle of the room. I'm just going to put it up in the corner. Whoops. There we go. There's the enemy. There's the party spawn. Okay. track list and the rhythm meter. Okay. I could change the rhythm meter button to the square key. I'll worry about that later. Okay, so about 100 and 120 is like a good size, maybe. I'll probably change the width a little more. This is so foreign. It's so weird. This is like when I did the queue system for my battles. There was nothing to like imitate. It was just like come up with it yourself. And it's scarier than it seems. This needs to be a little wider. I'd say like 140. Where's my diagram? Clip Studio. Yeah, like 140 will do it. Why is color theory so hard? I hate drawing, man. I know how it is. Okay, pro tip for color theory. What are you trying to do, shading, or are you just trying to find a color scheme for your character? Nas Vanguard, thanks for the follow. Unite up! Alright, what was I working? What was I doing? Coming up with a color scheme? Okay, so first of all, you said she was gonna be a pyrokinetic. So first of all, dictate what her personality is like. Does her personality correlate with her being pyrokinetic? Because it's a little boring. Okay. Well, for one thing, black and red go together well. All you need, really, if you want to choose a color for the horns and hooves, you need to find a third accent color. So just find any color that goes well with red and black, and you should be fine. Because those can just be your main three. Then all you would have to do is pick a main one, so like black or red. Make the majority of her outfit whatever the main color is. A medium amount the second color, and then the horns and hooves the last color. I always find purple goes pretty good with red. Or you could even you could even go a dark blue instead of black and then purple, so that it's dark blue, red, and purple. If her fire is going to be purple, her horns and hooves should definitely be purple if you're not going to make anything else purple. Or at least from in my design camp, that's what I would do. My brain is just folding right now. And not in a good way. I have bad wrinkles. I'm smoothing. Okay, size of this window. I need to see if the size of the window is good. Is the video feed lagging? What was that? That was weird. Yeah, that's much better. I like that more. I just need to move it over. Yep. So I'm gonna go to room battle. Boop boop. Boop. Put it like right here. Okay, now where is that at? Like 128.64. Okay. 128.64. We got our surface size of 140. Okay, I think that works. Alright, so now I just need to start drawing the surface. Then I can dictate what size the surface is going to be from there. So to draw a surface, I need to go to here. Draw surface, surfaces. So I need to create the surface first.
For the time being. And now you can see one of the work to just hit F8 a few times. So what a surface is in a nutshell is a secondary names, and the application surface is just a special surface that's managed by the game and erased every time a new frame is drawn.
Hey.
If you've ever seen what I like to call the Windows 95 effect, that is generally every time a new frame is drawn.
Hey.
If you've ever seen what I like to call the Windows 95 effect, that is generally the consequence of the frame buffer, the application surface, whatever, not being cleared between frames. Anyway, let's create a surface. So let's draw onto the screen. Drawing onto the screen is one of the sillier uses for surfaces, but it's also probably the best way to demonstrate what happens that I can think of. So let's go with that. So let's clear the screen to white.
Thanks. Horns. It's gonna require some tweaking. The posture on that picture is just too good. I don't like it. It needs to be some more fucking form to him.
This is.
I gotta work out how I want to do the art style for this, for like character
to
portraits. Because I don't even know if I really want to do pixel art.
You can draw clear and set the color to white.
Because my initially I wasn't gonna do pixel art, but now I kind of want to do animated character portraits. But that's gonna be like a lot. I don't like how good his posture is. How dare you stand up straight? Actually, though.
Or you could just set the background color of the room to white or whatever other color you want.
Get some crook in that spine, bitch.
So that I don't have to go back over to the room editor if I want to change the color in the future. Color to white, or you could just set the background color of the room to white or whatever other color you want. I'm going to use draw clear so that I don't have to go back over to the room editor if I want to change the color in the future. And let's draw a circle up. This is mainly because drawing onto the screen is one of the sillier uses for surfaces, but it's also probably the best way to demonstrate what happens that I can think of. So let's go with that. So let's clear the screen to white. This is mainly because it's easier to see what I'm going to be trying to do. You can draw clear and set the color to white, or you could just set the background color of the room to white or whatever other color you want. I'm going to use draw clear so that I don't have to go back over to the room editor if I want to change the color in the future. And let's draw a circle at the mouse cursor's position. So we can say mouse.
Yeah, you're just doing basic stuff.
Do you want? It's fairly elegant. The circle, the background layer, and either hide it, you can delete it. You can find the background layer and either hide it, you can delete it. If you're using views, if you go down to room settings, from being erased between frames, and if I were to comment out the draw clear see white, that will now you can see the old circles are still there when I move the mouse, but that is not the purpose of this video. For the purpose of this video, I will assume that you would like the frame buffer to be cleared between frames. So let's close that. I'm just kind of obligated to mention something such as that. Where was I? Surfaces. So if you want to draw this onto a secondary surface that is not the application surface, you can go into something such as the create event and say surface create. Let's assign that to a variable. I'm going to call it. Okay, I guess that's a reserved function name, so I can't call it that.
Yes, it is.
I'm going to be calling it.
Just call it a surface, bro.
Painting surface.
There you go.
Let's go with that. That's not a reserved word. We can give it a width of. The size of the window. You could give this a width and height of anything. You're complaining that you don't have enough video memory, but certainly something the size of the screen should be manageable. And in order to draw onto the surface, we will say surface set target.
Okay.
What did I call it? Painting surface. And when we are done drawing onto the surface, we can say surface.
Surface set target, painting surface, set color, yep.
Reset target. Okay. So we are now, instead of...
Okay, so that means... Okay, so now I can just give this a name. So I will name this mini game. I'm just gonna name it MG surface. MG surface equals surface create. And we just need a width and height, which we already have. Size W, size H. Okay, so now we have a surface, and then we'll go over here. And surface set target painting surface. Surface set target MG surface. And then reset the surface draw target. The surface reset target. Set target back to the application surface. I need to put my phone back on the charger. Forgot that part.
Drawing onto the screen, we are drawing onto the painting surface.
Alright, so let's say I want to let's say I do that.
If I were to run the game now, because it is being when you're finished with a function and say add
Yeah,
a
there we
position.
go.
GameMaker said no.
I was about to say,
When you're finished with all
isn't there a
that, you can say
position function?
surface onto the painting surface instead of the application surface instead of the screen.
Mm-hmm.
If you do want to draw the surface when you're finished with all that, you can say surface. Nope. Draw surface, which was the function a minute ago that I tried to make a variable name and GameMaker said no.
Okay. So then after this, I will do draw surface and MG surface. And then we are going to choose an X and Y. So we're going to do origin X and origin Y. Origin Y. And hit save. We're going to hit play. Just to make sure this shows up correctly. Yeah, it's technically in the right position. It's not quite the right size though. Okay. So let's mess around with these sizes. What happens if I take away? No, that should be fine. The height is too tall. So -8. I am screwing with a feature of GameMaker that I have no idea how it works anymore. I mean, that I have no idea how it works. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Now that's accurate. Okay. And then I need to do the width. It needs to be plus 26. What that look like? What that look like? What that look like? Is the game lagging? Is that just my computer? There we go. Now that is where it's supposed to be. Okay, so let's say if I change this to right MG and hit play. That will draw the surface in a completely different orientation. Just like my notes dictated, but I need to edit the sizes. Yep. So it's in the right start position, but it needs to be origin X minus 34. This needs to be 34. Why was it 30? Whatever. And this needs to be, the height needs to be -8. I'm trying to knock all these kinks out before I start getting into the stuff that's really gonna frustrate me, because this I can do. All right. That works. Change this back to left. That works. Okay, and now I need to change this to top. Yeah, this isn't so bad right now. The problem is going to be when because this is just changing values. I'm just making sure that the windows for the mini games are the correct sizes and that they overlap past the border of the windows made for it correctly. Okay, that is wrong. You overextend. Your height needs to be 26. And your width needs to be -8. Because I tried to figure out all of these values on paper before this. And it's always better when you actually put it in the game and test it and see how that works first. Okay, so that worked, and then bottom. That's what I need to do. Check the bottom. Bot. Save, play. Come up here. Okay, and you need... I could have blocked that. Your width needs to be -8. And then I'm just going to change your height to 26. And your height to width to 26. For the sake of staying consistent. There we go. Okay, now if I get rid of draw clear, see white, it should not show up at all. Come on, battle. Yep, perfect. All right. But for the sake of my sanity and clarity, I'm gonna leave the C white there. Left. Then I'm going to save what I have so far. I have the surface drawn. Okay, back to the YouTube video.
And you can say the ID of the surface.
Mm-hmm. And I know there's like a memory leak you
Position,
can get with
which I'll
surfaces
just
that you need to be
X,
safe
comma,
of.
Y for the time being.
I think he
And
explains
now you
it
can
in
see-
this.
Once again, we are drawing onto a secondary surface instead of the screen, and then drawing that surface onto the screen, and you can see we are now like spraying the screen with a paint gun or something like that. It's a work in progress. There's no connectivity between dots because the game is currently set to run at a finite 60 frames per second, and when you move the mouse cursor, that does leave gaps between positions of the mouse cursor every frame. Okay. There are ways you can address that. If you want it to look good, you can also, in addition to just drawing a dot at the cursor's position, you can, for example, draw a line between the mouse's previous position and the mouse's current position. There is no built-in way to track the mouse's MOUSE. There is, of course.
Yeah, you're doing too much, bro. I ain't worried about all that.
Since 8 is the radius of the width of the few things you can do with surfaces, and a few things that you should be aware that surfaces will do whether or not you want them to. So, I've mentioned this earlier, surfaces are stored in video memory, and your computer will handle video memory slightly differently from the regular random access memory that most things in a game are stored in. The player's position, the number of ammunition the player has, the amount of health the player has, that's all stored in random access memory. Video memory is a special type of RAM that the graphics processing unit has, and it's dedicated to things such as texture information. And in Game Maker's case, surfaces are stored in video memory, and they are not at all stored in random access memory. And one of the quirks that video memory has is that it can evaporate at certain points if you do certain things, such as minimize the game. And you may find if you try to minimize the game while you're drawing a surface, that you get an error such as this.
That's what I needed to know
where
about.
the surface simply evaporates because the operating system will clear the video memory that the game was using in favor of so that it can
I
be
don't
used
want to
by
deal
the
with
program
any
running on the
bullshit.
operating system. And there are some other events that can cause this to happen. So now the surface is just gone, it doesn't exist anymore, and the value that was stored in painting surface, the variable, is no longer there. And when you try to set that as the surface, as the target surface, the game will be like, that doesn't point to a surface, there's no surface there, and it'll crash with an error message. So when you, whenever you try to use a surface, you should always first use surface exists. And you should check to see if the surface exists first. This isn't something you generally have to do when you're writing code. If you were to use something like a data structure, in this case, the list that you're trying to add data to will not simply evaporate unless you have programmed something wrong elsewhere in your game. And you should not have to check if the DS list exists before adding to it. Same with other things like instances or vertex buffers or that sort of thing. But surfaces can evaporate into thin air depending on what the operating system says it does. So you should always check to see if the surface exists first. Else, you can always say if the surface does not exist, the opposite condition. Let me indent that and get rid of that invisible tab. You can recreate it. Oops. You can recreate it with surface create and pass it the same arguments as before.
Hey.
Oftentimes in a game maker language, writing code that looks like this, creating a new data structure without deleting the old one, will cause a memory leak. But in this specific case, it's okay because the surface has already been deleted. Under other conditions, the surface will need to be manually deleted using surface free. Okay.
And now when you run the game, you will see that that it works, that the lines are being drawn. When you run the game, you will see.
Alright.
Hey.
And now when you run the game, you will see that that it works, that the lines are being drawn. When you minimize the game, and when you don't miss the minimize button like I just did, when you bring it back, the surface will be recreated, and we will be starting over, and the screen will be cleared. That is a common error to run into, having surfaces evaporate when you are trying to use them because you don't check to see if it exists first. If you want this line of code to be slightly more concise, this is just a bit of a helper function that you can use, that you can write to cut down slightly on the amount of typing you have to do. You can just make a script, call it something like surface create, let's call it surface create safe or something. And you can say surface create safe.
Yeah, now that's what I want. I want the script, the easy way. And then I can just create a surface script somewhere. And just put in helper scripts. Create script. Surface. Create. Safe.
And away. See if this new one. If
a surface with height.
Again, if.
Yep. Okay. All right. Surface create. Surface with height is all we need. Go ahead and add the arguments to this. Surface with height. Surface with height. And then if surface exists, doing all this surface stuff, something I thought about earlier. I was like, do I need surfaces for this? I might as well fool with them. I can always redo it. If surface exists, return surface. And then return surface create width and height. No, not copy. Create. There we go. And save that. And then we go back up here, and instead of doing surface create, just go to surface create. Actually, no, that needs to be in the,
return the surface. Otherwise,
in the draw function.
Return a new surface. And you can call it like this. In a
Yep. MG surface. Surface looks like such a weirdly spelled word now because of how much I've been typing it and saying it. Surface. Create. Safe. And then we're gonna need, whoops. MG surface and size W, size H. There's the set, target, save. Okay. So I have that now, so I shouldn't have to worry about the error.
Statement. Again, you don't have to do work for yourself. Something that you can do if you want to save a little bit of work for yourself. This exists, and we will be preserving it. Otherwise, when you minimize the game, when the video memory is freed, you can recreate it. Okay. You can also, and I'm sure some people watching this have already started to wonder, sort of the converse to losing a surface because of something the operating system does. It is very easy to create a memory leak out of surfaces. Large surfaces the size of the screen will take up a lot of memory, and if you create them out of control without erasing the old ones, without removing the old ones, you will have a memory leak. So now you can see we will be creating a new surface in mode so that you can see the memory usage. One, we won't be.
Oh boy, he's about to destroy his computer for a demonstration.
Frame. And two, if you look at the bugger, the memory graph over here on the side. Let me make this bigger. You can see the green line, the memory that is
goodbye world.
Up and up and up and up out of control. And if you let that go for long enough, you will have the game crash eventually. Itself is actually starting to slow down.
Nope.
and the
His
amount of
computer's
memory
lagging.
in use
He's
continues
cooked.
to go up. And my computer just froze. I hope that doesn't have any implications on the recording, and I think I'm gonna run out of video memory soon. I have no idea why I thought it was a good idea to run that.
Why
code
did he
because
do
my
it? Just
computer
tell us.
almost crashed because of the.
Didn't have to
fragment
blow up
memory
your
leak in
computer
there.
for that.
Okay, that is a good way to make bad things happen. Although with that said, if you do want to delete a
Christ.
surface on purpose, surface free is how you would do that. You can imagine how this works. You pass it a reference to a surface.
Alright, so what I want to do is I need to delete this surface whenever I destroy this object. So I'm gonna add a destroy event. Clear surface. Me testing the limits of my PC by reaching level 100 of balloons tower defense. Oh my god. You're so dumb. Surface free. Surface free. Not balloons tower defense. MG surface. Okay, so now whenever this is destroyed, it gets rid of MG surface so that I'm not just letting it sit there for no reason in my memory.
And the surface will be deleted, and if you try to use it in the future, it will not work. It will break.
Mm-hmm.
So deleting the surface before using it, and we have trying to set a surface target that does not exist. Okay. So there are more advanced things you can do with surfaces. You can convert them to sprites. You can convert them to buffers that are just full of pixel data. You can convert buffers of pixel data to surfaces, which lets you do some interesting things. You can use them as textures. I will be talking about those in the future, and some of the things that you can use for that in the future. Transition effect, and/or interesting. I make a couple game dev videos a week, usually
Alright.
relating to 3D, sometimes relating to other things.
Okay. That is the little introduction to surfaces. So now I have what I think is going to be my surface width and heights. So I am going to these are default. And then this is the one for the function. Da, da, da. Hope everyone's enjoying the stream. It's mostly just my brain like not working whatsoever and staring blankly at the screen. I need to go into the okay. Next thing. I know what size that I want this window to be. It needs to be 100 by 140 or 140 by 100. So I am going to open the width, which is 140 by 100. Fair enough. If so the surface height is going to be guaranteed the height of my window. So that just means I need to make this 100 tall. It doesn't matter how wide. Width, we're just gonna make it like, I'm gonna give it like 20. And then I need to add a second sprite. And I'm gonna need to make this 140 and then give it a height of 20. And maybe not 20, maybe let's do 40 for this one. Okay, that's plenty of room to work with. Alright, so we need to make some templates. So I'm gonna start with I made this 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Okay. And then erase these. Is that in the middle? No. That is though. Okay. So we're making arrows. Okay, so this, erase that. Shift, no, you didn't shift from the right place. There we go. Actually, I have a symmetry ruler. Why didn't I use that? I forgot how to use it now. Rectangle, line tool, view. Dang, where's the symmetry ruler? Frame, layer, sprite, edit. I know there is one. I just don't remember. A sprite symmetry. How do I enable mirror mode? It's right here. Okay. Is it just up here and I'm blind? No, it's not up here. First, you have to make the symmetry controls visible by going to View Symmetry Options. Oh, I'm just blind and just straight up did not see that. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now that's symmetry. Now that's fashion. Okay. So we're gonna drag this here. And then do. Okay. That's one arrow. I don't think this is going to be enough room, actually. I overestimated how big these would be. Or should I say, I just made them too big. That's probably what the issue is. I can make them smaller than this. There. Not smaller. I do need to, I'm gonna take the lasso tool. Poster color version scheme and chill, but my hand is cramped, so I'll work on it more later. Let me see. Let's go! Let's go! Friend. She's so goth. I love it. There we go. That's better. Okay, so it is like that, and then I need to do a down version of this. So I need to Control C, Control V, and then drag it down here. Edit, flip, horizontal. No, edit, flip vertical. There we go. It's probably gonna be seductive for no particular reason at all. I mean, who that's seductive, it has a reason. Let's be real. You're not gonna die. Okay, so I need this to be down the middle. And then I'm going to create a button. Endless Bias, thanks for the follow. Unite up. Da, da, da. I need to make a circle. Where's my circle tool? Well, that is a circle, but that's not really how I was going to make it, but okay. And that's gonna be uneven. It's gonna have to be this big. Oh shoot, I need to get rid of this. I don't need this, but I do need it now, because now I'm going to take this there we go, and shift it right here. There we go. And then I will take this, put it right here, switch back to you, and draw another arrow. How tall was this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. How big? Okay, I have room. This needs to be down one more. Okay. So 20 minus 6. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Then this. Then this. Then this. Then straight down. 1, 2, 3, 4. E. Erase that. And then take this, put it back to the middle of the whole thing. Go back to P. And then just trace this again. Oop, I missed the dot. There we go. Now, it would be easier to move over to my tablet and do this not with a mouse, but I'm lazy, and my chair is also on a rug, so... Boom. And now I need to flip this. Edit, flip. Horizontal. No. I need to turn this off first. Edit, flip horizontal. There we go. Those sure are prompts. Drag it up a little bit. There we go. Let's save this, and I'm gonna save it as gotta put it in my sprite sheets folder. UI rhythm prompt. Okay. And now I have to do the same thing, but for this way. Which I can luckily copy and paste the same thing. Oh, actually, save as. I want to change the name to. This is an ASprite file, and I am in the wrong folder for ASprite files. Rhythm prompts, and this is for L and R. And now I want to export this. Export as a PNG at its exact size. And I want to output this file into sprite sheets, UI. Okay, export. Now I can go down to sprites inside of my game engine, go to UI, I can hit create sprite, SPR, rhythm, prompts, and LR. Actually, let me rename this. Make those L and R's lowercase. And then I'm going to import. And since this doesn't have a split image, I can just go in and just click this. Open. Save. So now I want to see if I go into this draw event and then I go to so the width and height of this window. So if we do 0, 0, so if I do draw sprite SPR rhythm prompts L and R, sub image is 0, and I'm going to put this at let's say I put this at 0, 0 for now, just to see where it lands. Okay, so I'm gonna hit play. And we're gonna see what that looks like. so laggy today? Strange. Like the stream's not lagging. I'm not dropping a single frame. It's just the game. Weird. Okay, they show up. But I completely misunderstood the size that I was drawing at. Silence. I think I can salvage this by moving them like slightly closer together. And I'll just do it from inside Game Maker. Two pixels in between each other should be enough. To correct the mistake. There we go. And then I will image, resize all frames, resize canvas. Take away like that should apply. No, that was too much. Image, resize all frames, resize canvas. I'm gonna take it down like 80. Apply. Yeah, that should 1, 2, 3, 4. In fact, I can go even further. I can go to image, resize frames. Resize all frames. And then I will make this 76. Apply. Ah! I didn't change the pivot point. Resize 76. Change the actual pivot point. Apply. There we go. Now we're gonna hit play. Okay, that doesn't look so bad, but actually, can I still Control Z that? I can. Cool. I want that space back because now I want to put 3 spaces in between these because save play. So now I'm gonna raise the value of the Y to bring it lower. What would that be, like -5? Negative makes it go up, doesn't it? I think it does. That's gonna pull it off the surface. Yeah, it does. Okay. Five. Play. Game development. So quick. So simple. Yeah, okay, that's centered. That's just right. That's exactly where I want it. So now I need to move this to the end of the thing. So if this is 0, the width of this thing is whatever the win W okay, so I need to do, here's what I'll do. I'm gonna go into here, I'm gonna make a new variable. I'm gonna make this variable prompt x equals, so for the left, prompt x is going to equal the size of the size W minus, let's say 8. How big is this? 20? Let's say minus 20. And then we're gonna change prompt x. Oh, that's wrong, that's wrong. That's the sub image. Jumped into the wrong part. Make this prompt x. Save, play. I spelled prompt wrong. Yeah, I did. Come on, there we go. So this is all just visual aspect. Actually doing the logic for this, so I feel like it's going to be way more of a headache than I anticipate. All right, so we got the location of that right. Now let me see what it looks like without the white background. What button was that to run? F5. There you go. Okay. So let's say if I minimize this and then read. Okay, it still works. That looks pretty cool. Pretty cool. It doesn't do anything, but it looks cool. Okay. So now we just need to draw that same exact thing, but depending on this, I'm going to add a prompt X here and make that equal to, actually I'm gonna make a prompt X equals 0. How's the day going, bro? It's going good, man. I'm kind of hungry. I haven't really eaten anything, but I will soon. I have some chicken in the refrigerator. Kind of just trying to get this started. Okay, so prompt to Y can be 0. Plus, you can go heat up your food. No, bro. I'm not ready yet. I'm living on noodles the past week. Sometimes it's like that. I completely get it. Completely and totally understand. Hey, yo! What do you mean by that? Help! Help me! I'm being bullied! Help! I'm gonna tell the principal. Hold on, let me figure out this value. Prompt X. It's probably about time to take a break anyway, so I'll take like a quick break and heat up my food and then come back and we'll like watch a YouTube video while I finish. Prompt X. Why is my brain not working? We need to make the prompt at 0 and a y of 5. Yeah, that should be it. Okay, so I'm gonna change this to right. I'm trying to make sure everything's automated before I start doing any logic. I don't want a single visual aspect to ruin the logic that I'm going to put into this. Okay, yep, it shows up on the right side. Perfect. That looks good to me. There's still some mixels, but whatever. Okay. So now, out of curiosity, if I just, let's say I just drag this over here for no reason at all. Everything that I just did should drag with it. I don't know why my game is lagging like this. Okay, perfect. Perfect. And then I'm going to add prompt X and prompt Y to here as well. And we'll figure out those values in a second. Handles minigame logic. I'll replace this when I'm done. Save. There is a dog barking. All right, let me see if there's some slightly more energetic music out here. Let's see. What do I want to play? I've been playing a lot of Resident Evil 4 recently, but that doesn't really have like stream energetic music. We go back to RPG battle themes, but sometimes the motherfuckers be copyrighted like hell. Fuck it. RPG themes. We're back. Actually, for now, since I'm about to leave the stream audio playing without me talking over it, I'm gonna let the lo-fi rock because I know I'm not gonna get fucking muted for that. Okay. So we have all of that. Now we need to do the same thing for here. And one more. There we go. And this is going to be, this is an A-sprite file. UI SPR, oh shoot, rhythm pulse, except this is for top and bottom. Top T B. Okay. File, save. All right, I will be right back. They can do it. Cause it's the heroes love dress themselves. I love this song. Anyway, I'm back. I can't find the right screen. There it is. I heated up my food. I have food. What's they doing? What's Adam doing now?
Sent. So, hang on.
I've been watching this streamer do a game jam,
Normal.
and he's trying to make a Smash clone for the game jam. It's been pretty entertaining. He's been live for like, how long has he been live? Because he was up when I went to bed last night.
So now it's...
Okay, I think he stopped for a while and started back because it says he's only been live for 4.5 hours. Because he said he's pulling an all-nighter. Hold on, let me send some encouragement.
Oh, my brain just dipped. I just went from being this smart to just going dunk. I just felt it happen.
Where is...
Okay.
Can you stream a streamer's stream? Is that a thing? Is that a legal maneuver? I don't even know if that's a thing you can do. Let me look it up.
Like the fatigue just caught up with me, and I just lost the mental sentence I was in. It just went. It just disappeared.
Excuse me.
Okay, so this is Ludwig Wrapper, has a life component, and the bar we're talking about is this. Let's see what happens. Nope. Oh, it's going up.
Nat, I'm eating food. Are you happy? I don't even know if she's still
Because it
here. I
needs to
just
be
said that.
300 minus. He's getting richer. It's like a glittery color. There's just a lot of purple, isn't there? I guess we could just make this a brighter yellow.
I'll check back in on what he's doing later. A little boring. But he cooking though. What was I watching over here? I finished this series, I think. Why the new Mario Striker fails. Oh, just a relax electric. You don't want to watch that. World streaming. Designing a hub world. The best game that no one's gonna play. What game is that? Alright, you got me. Clickbait title got me.
Let me show you one of the strangest problems in gaming, the cool drink problem. This is a pretty simple problem. The name comes from one of my favorite series, Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter, for those who might not know, is kinda like a boss rush. You explore these different maps and hunt monsters. Each of these environments are unique in some way. You've got jungles, tundras, deserts, the list goes on. But that last one is where the cool drink problem occurs. When in a hot area like a volcano or a desert, you need to use this item called a cool drink to prevent your HP from constantly draining. Fine in theory, right? Well, here's why it's a bit of an issue. Cool drinks are inexpensive. You can hold 5 of them at a time, and they last 5 minutes each, so you're never really gonna run out. Lastly, there's never a question on whether or not you should use them. Either you use a cool drink, or your HP gradually drops. So the question is, why are they here? There is no simple one-size-fits-all answer to this, and plenty of games have this problem. JRPGs, for example, have healing after battles. After a battle, you've got to heal the damage you just took. You could also just wait a bit until the damage gets substantial enough, but eventually you're gonna have to heal. Potions are usually relatively inexpensive, and healing spells are
not you, Monster Hunter.
So isn't this just a waste of time? Ideally, instead of pausing the game, scrolling through the menu, and healing every single time you fight, the game would complete that monotonous task for you. Well, what if I told you I found a game that does? But the cool drink problem is hardly the biggest issue that this game solves. In fact, it feels like the developer set out to make the most streamlined, player-friendly experience.
This game looks cool.
Through their love for games,
I love this
and
art style.
Specifically JRPGs, they've created a game that feels like it was made with the spirit of the past and the polish of the present. In doing so, this game was even able to solve a certain problem that I've been waiting for games like this to address for a long time. And I'm sure you'll appreciate it too, since this is something that's surprisingly rare in modern games. But once you know one key piece of information, you'll quickly realize that this may never happen again. So trust me, you do not want to miss out on
Chained Echoes.
If you've been subscribed long enough, it might not surprise you to know that my favorite genre of video games are probably JRPGs. A large part of this is likely because I grew up watching my brother play Final Fantasy games. But little did I know there was a huge problem right in front of me that I wouldn't be able to recognize for another decade. JRPGs are not short games. They can be well over 100 hours long, but that's not really the problem. Nor is this something that only JRPGs have to deal with. It's actually quite common in games, but it can feel worse in longer games because you have to deal with it for a longer period of time. So let's.
Are you asking me what's the best RPG? Well, I would say my favorite game of all time probably is Xenoblade 2. So it would be my favorite RPG. But it's definitely not the best RPG in existence. It's just my favorite. There's a lot it could do better.
Quality of life. Quality of life and lack thereof can become extremely arduous.
Because I think Xenoblade Chronicles 3, for example, has better quality of life, but I like Xenoblade Chronicles 2 more. Rex is peak fiction, man. He is a perfect character for that game. In a world where everyone is super nihilistic, he is the one person with faith in anything. And I think that's pretty cool. And everyone having faith in him is what gives them faith in the world. It's nice.
These longer games. What was a mild inconvenience in hour 1 can become maddening in hour 50.
Yeah, I hate forging in Dragon Quest XI.
Started making the game. See, they addressed basically every single quality of life problem you could have with games like these. First, of course, there's the healing post-battle. I mentioned this earlier, but there's more to it than meets the eye. Because of this post-battle healing, you're guaranteed to enter each encounter with full health and TP. This essentially allows every single encounter to feel meaningful and challenging. You don't need throwaway enemies that can barely damage you and get knocked out in one hit anymore. You can have actual challenging encounters because you're always fully prepared for them. And speaking of those enemies, there are no random encounters in this game at all. Every single enemy encounter is planted at a specific spot, plenty of which block your path and force you to fight your way through. But what happens when you run into one of those enemies that you can't beat? Well, simple. You run away, which works 100% of the time on the first turn without fail. So now you don't have to hesitate to explore to your heart's content, because if you do accidentally stumble into a place you're not supposed to be in, you can just leave. But I haven't addressed one of the biggest problems that often sneaks its way into JRPGs: grinding. It may not come as a surprise, but there's no grinding in this game. Levels don't exist. You get these items called Power Shards that act as a level up for every single member of your team, even the ones that didn't participate in the fight. Using these, you can level up your stats or unlock new abilities and skills. You gain these shards by defeating story bosses. And again, this allows for perfect scaling since the game always knows how strong you should be. And even if it's wrong, you've got customizable difficulty settings to ensure the smoothest experience possible. I could keep going with this, but I think you get the big picture here. Just about 99% of what could cause minor grievances in most other games in this genre just don't exist here. And yet, this isn't why you play Chained Echoes. Sure, all of this is great as far as complementing the best parts of the game, and it's important to know this stuff if you're on the fence, but the true brilliance of this game is demonstrated in two other distinct ways. Let's start with the first: combat. Now, before I say this, I love turn-based combat. In fact, I'll be playing Octopath 2 later this month, and some of my favorite— you know what, forget it, this isn't gonna stop you. Turn-based combat kinda sucks. I mean, that doesn't change the fact that I love it, but fundamentally it needs something extra for it to be enjoyable. At a very basic level, turn-based
Octopath 2, I got that.
Actions: heal when hurt and attack when healthy. That's pretty much it. This system expands a bit with buffs and skills, but it's still the same basic idea. Something like Final Fantasy X changes this system with the ability to swap characters in and out.
Right.
Now, it's not just about healing and attacking. You need to plan out which character will be the best for the situation you're in. Lulu, for example, can deal tremendous magic damage, but her defense isn't as high as someone like Wakka. Is the damage you might take worth the damage that you'll be able to deal? It makes the entire system far more complex and asks you to consider which character would fit best in which circumstances. Now, as for simple healing and attacking, you could say real-time games like Dark Souls and Monster Hunter follow the same format, and you'd be right, but there's a key difference. In these games, I don't have to heal when hurt. I can avoid attacks if I play well enough, and that's just not the case in turn-based games. 95% of the time, if a normal character has low health, the next attack that targets them will knock them out. This is why adding stuff like character swapping is so important. So with this in mind, Chained Echoes—
that's why I'm doing it.
Best combat I've ever seen. There are plenty of other games that breathe new life into turn-based combat, but few have done it as well as Chained Echoes. And it's all thanks to this right here, the overdrive bar. It's got 3 different sections: normal, overdrive, and overheat. While in the yellow, nothing changes. When you hit green, you enter overdrive. In overdrive mode, you get some substantial bonuses. First, you get a damage increase. So from now on, every single hit deals double damage. Next, you get a defense increase. You'll only take half damage. Finally, there's potentially the biggest benefit of all: every single skill costs half.
Bro, the set pieces for this is so cool.
You always want to stay in overdrive because of the dramatic benefits it grants you. Kind of like how you always want to be subscribed because of the great videos.
Oh, come on!
Lastly, there's the overheat portion of
They're
it.
getting so slick with these subscribe cards.
Damage and nothing else changes. Now, before we talk about why this system is so brilliant, there's one last thing you need to know. You move between these segments of the bar by performing actions and getting hit. This square in the top left shows you what kind of actions will lower the bar. The type of action changes once every few turns. So here's the TLDR. Any action that's not this will raise the bar. Green boosts damage and defense and lowers TP usage. Red lowers defense and yellow does nothing. This by itself is such a clever solution to that attacking and healing problem from earlier. Now you have to consider how far into the bar you are each time you use a move. Maybe you want to heal, but the icon in the box is on magic and you're at the end of green, so one more action and you'll take double damage. Is that heal really worth it? Maybe you accept that you're gonna go into overheat no matter what, and since the fight's gone on for a while, you try to go all out and deal as much damage as you can in hopes that you can finish it with one last hit, knowing full well that that may cost you the fight if you're wrong. But this only works so well because of the overwhelming reward from being in overdrive and the overwhelming punishment from being in overheat. I mean, you really don't realize how much double damage is until you go from taking half to double in one turn. It can totally turn the tide of a battle and not in your favor. If that's all there was to the combat, it'd be great, but I wouldn't be praising it as much as I am if it weren't for the little things that make a huge difference. You've got character swapping like in Final Fantasy X. Swapping characters also lowers your overdrive bar, so sometimes you'll notice that a character in the reserves has a skill that can lower the bar a bit, but maybe this is a magic user and the boss resists magic. They won't be very useful outside of lowering the bar, but maybe that's exactly what you need right now. I suspect with how much customization this game allows for, the path to victory will be entirely
Bro,
dependent
these
on
boss
not just how you
designs are
decide to
insane.
build your character, but how you decide to use them as well. And see, that right there is the secret. That's why this combat is so
Like the
There are so many
pixel art in this. The pixel art in this is fucking crazy. God, bro. I gotta practice pixel art. I can't let my game just be ugly.
to make. There are hundreds of questions and thousands of answers, each of which is just as viable as the last. And yet, this is barely scratching the surface. You could make entire videos dissecting this game's combat. It continues to evolve throughout the game with things like sky armor,
What?
which totally overhaul the overdrive system, enemies with unique
What the
abilities and
fuck?
status effects, new skills, characters, and options for customization. The gameplay continues to evolve in such unique and exciting ways that even near the end it still felt fresh and gratifying. But one thing remains true through it all. Whether or not you're able to complete an encounter isn't about your stats, but your skills and ability to really think ahead and cleverly solve whatever problem lies in front of you. And that's what really makes a great combat system. And despite all of this, there's still one last problem that Chained Echoes is able to solve, and it may be its single biggest strength. Chained Echoes knows when to stop. Have you ever watched a series that just keeps going long after it should have ended, and you just have to watch it slowly become a shell of what it once was? Or maybe you've played a game that was going great, everything was clicking from the story to the characters to the gameplay, when suddenly you're hit with a 45-minute puzzle that grinds everything to a halt. There's one section in the game that obviously I'm not going to show, where you fight your way through this dungeon, beat a boss, and finally run into a character. Most games would have you fight this character as well, but Chained Echoes instead takes what would have been the second boss fight in a row after an already long and challenging dungeon, and instead turns it into one of the most stunning and powerful moments in a game I've played in a long time. And this is just one example of this. You'll notice as you play through the game that it feels like almost nothing overstays its welcome. Everything is there for exactly as long as it needs to be. So, in 2018 a game called Crosscode came out, but tragically, despite its exceptional quality, barely anyone played it. That isn't to say no one played it, but relative to its quality, the numbers are far lower than they should have been. With Chained Echoes, the situation is concerningly similar. But maybe widespread success and millions of sales isn't what this is about. Let me explain. This game was, impossibly, developed by one guy. See, Matthias Linda is a
Let's fucking go! Solo Dev W. Big Solo Dev W's. What did you say this game called? Chained Echoes? Is that what he said? Give me this. Where's Steam? Yep. That's going on my wish list, baby. Yes, sir. And was that the music? That shit going crazy. The best RPG I've played in a long time. This DLC? Oh, game soundtrack. Add to your wish list. Yes, sir. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. I will be buying this. I might even stream this game. I'm gonna put it in my cart for now. I'm coming back to you. I'm coming back to you. Nah, he sold me.
He's a big fan of old JRPGs. He
sold
grew
me.
up playing the classics.
I have a
Final Fantasy
guilty,
VI, you know, and
guilty
RPG.
spot. Not guilty. What's the word? I have such a huge soft spot for solo dev games that look amazing.
He grew up playing the classics, Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy VI, you know.
Yep, yep.
These games were special to him, and so he set out to create something that showed people what he felt when he played those games. A game with the spirit of the past and the polish of the present. This isn't a game made to extract every last penny from the player. There is no padding to ensure it can reach some arbitrary length. Chained Echoes is just a game made by someone who truly loves this medium, and that's exactly who it's for.
I like that. I like that. Now, I gotta get back to making my version of that exact same thing. Oh! I just hope my game resonates that well with people. I want people to be making video essays about how good my shit is. Now, the likelihood of that happening is probably pretty low, but I'd hope so. Did that guy make any other games? What's his name again?
The big fan of old JRPG isn't what this is about. Let me explain. This game was impossibly developed by one guy. See, Matthias Linda is a
Matthias Linda. Matthias Linda. Interviewed Chained Echoes developer. Matthias Linda. Here we go. Arcea, Pixel. Witcher? Okay, there he is. Yeah, this is the guy. Pixel and JRPG lover. I love that. Designer and creator of Chained Echoes. Oh, he has a Discord. Oh, dude. This is so cool. I need to practice pixel art. That's the one. I feel like I have not honed my pixel art skills like nearly enough. Ooh. Who is she? There's so many redheads in this game. I know I can get my friend Trip to play this shit. Huh? Holy shit. He got into a Goaty nomination. Good for him. Dude, I love this game's pixel art so much. Jesus. One day my game will look that cool. Right now, we're not close. What was I doing? Okay. I was working on this. So I am going to open this, save it. I'm going to export this as a PNG. I'm going to export it to Sprite Sheets, UI, TV, okay. Export, minimize, go back to GameMaker. Then I'm going to change this to, I'm going to add another variable. I'm gonna make this variable sprite equals 0. Change the sprite equals, go to draw, make this all as automated as possible. Store the sprite right there, grab that. I put that in the wrong place, didn't I? I did. It's okay, it can stay there, I'll change it. Okay, and then I need to create sprite SPR rhythm prompts, and this is for top and bottom, so TB. Edit image. We're going to, actually I don't need to edit image, I can just import it straight up. Import, here we go, open. How big is this? 40? Jesus. Okay, so I don't, hold on. For one thing, cancel edit image. This doesn't need to be 40, like at all. So I'm gonna change this size. And then oh shoot. There we go. And then I'm gonna edit. No, image, resize all frames. Why is there that stray pixel that's bothering me? Resize all frames. I'm gonna resize from the bottom up. I'm gonna shave off like 20 of those. Apply. Yeah, that did good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shave off this extra 4. Image, resize image. Make this 16. Okay, now we have like a strip. So now we need to go into here. We need to change this to TB. And this to TB. We already have left and right, so we need to do top and bottom. Step. Draw. And then I'm going to change this to sprite. I can bring my keyboard back down. I've eaten my food. Actually, I'll be right back, guys. I am going to... Oh, I know what song music I can play. Never fails me. Okay. I'll be right back.
savages, but look who eats swine, the pig. There's only one vein in the body. I'm at the hot vodka and I want me a Swanee. Bring them along, I hear a bell. What the hell? I'm torturing the MCs. They promise not to tell. Oh, swell. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. We're back. Alright, change this to. Uh-oh. There we go. Okay, and put it all the way up there. So for one thing, I need those to be at the bottom. So I need them to be down about so you need to be at size height. Wise run size H minus 20. Where does that put me? Pretty good spot. Okay, so I need to move you over, let's say 5 pixels. Then I need to go into here. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on. Alright, there we go. I've returned. Okay, so we resized that a little bit and changed some positioning. So let's see what that looks like. Those are gonna need like a lot more space. One, two, three. 3. Oh shit. 1, 2, 3. still need a lot more. Or I can just move the whole thing over without having to space them out much more. Still needs more. 15. Come on. Where the fuck is all the battles? I can't. I need to get rid of random encounters. It's so annoying even for testing. That's over a little far. Perfect. And now. That's almost right. So I need to move it on the y-axis. I need to move it 12 on the x-axis for one thing. And on the y-axis, I think I only need to move it down like, what, 5? Yeah, that'll do it. Okay. Did it. Okay. I think that is all of the values we need for dictating orientation. So now, no matter where no matter where we tell this object to spawn the arrows from, it will spawn them exactly where I want them. Whoops. Again? Jesus Christ, bro. Hold on. golly. I knew this always happens. It turns 12 o'clock and all my family starts waking up and everyone wants to call me because I always get up early. And then everyone else is just like, oh, I'm up now. Time to see what he's doing. When I do the same thing every morning on Saturdays. Whoops. I did not mean to do that. Never mind. It's fine. Okay. Alright, now I think all the visual aspects are set up. So let me bring up my little design document. Okay, so now I'm done with this. I'm done with this and surface sizes. I think I have all the variables I need. Now I need to worry about the arrows. So I need to go back into A-Sprite. I need to make a new sprite. I'm going to make it the size of what is this? 14 by 14? 14 by 14 should be enough. Yeah, let's do 14 by 14. File, new, 14 by 14. Okay. Gonna zoom in. We're gonna go into here. And I'm going to use this moment to take this color. Make a new, actually I don't need a new layer. I'll just magic wand this and fill it. Magic wand, bucket tool. Gara! He's here! Let's go! Welcome, brother. I am making things that I have no idea how to. That is the theme of today's episode. Right now I am, but I'm gonna show you what I've done so far. I did not realize I had the game running. Hold on. Let's see. So we're working on the rhythm game mechanics. So when you right now it doesn't like work as intended, but I'm just messing with all the visual stuff. So you go into battle and like right now it shows like the prompt and where the buttons need to be pressed at. And then we have there's a variable that you can change that changes like the orientation. So let's say if we want the arrows to come from the top. So we'll change this to top MG. Then we'll run. We'll go in. And now they can come down from the top and then you press them at the bottom. So we're doing that, and I am making arrows for when things are being, I can't even speak right. I'm making arrows for the prompts. Alright, then I'll just pop this here. Whoops. Take that away. Make a new frame. I need 6 frames. Then I need to delete this. This song reminds me of 007. I think that's the point. Oh, this is Yin and Yang's theme. Maybe it's not the point. Ooh. Okay. All right, that is an A button. And in order to, can I just, I think I can. There we go.
Check it out now. Third strike, yo. Yo, check it out now. Third strike, yo. Yo, check it out now. Third strike, yo.
Right. Up, A. And then we need this. But flip the other direction. Flip horizontal. And I need this to be down. Flip vertical. And then delete this last one. Save. Save this in my A-Sprite files. Rhythm. Arrows. Okay. Then I realized I need to make these again for... I need to make separate sets of these for the second party member so that it'll say B instead of A, but... And for keyboard too. But I'll worry about that later. For now, I'm just gonna do it like this because I don't even know how to do what I'm trying to do in the first place. So I might as well not even stress that yet. So I need to export this as a sprite sheet. Exactly, I'll cross that bridge when I get there. That's like a later thing. Output file, and I need to put this inside of sprite sheets. No. Sprite sheets UI, rhythm arrows, okay. Export. Okay. So we've done that. We've drawn surface. We're drawing our prompt. We're drawing our prompt sprite. We're resetting the surface. The surface is made. Okay. Back this up. Okay, so after we dictate the orientation, we are going to have to start writing logic. Actual logic. I'm scared. Okay. So we have our little thing. So as an input arrow moves from its spawn. I know, right? There might be math. We might need math. Okay, so we did all of this. Basically all of this is done. So now what we need to do is worry about these arrows. So what I am scared of is actually making should I use objects or that's my thing. I don't know. I feel like I planned all the visual aspects, but I didn't plan any of the code. Let's see. Let's edit the image, the canvas size. Give ourselves more room here. Whoops. $7,500. 8,000 should do it. edit canvas size. $8K 75. There we go. And then we're gonna take. Why did it not? Oh, that is not the button I used for that. There we go. And then go into bucket tool. There we go. Okay. And then drag this over here. We're moving screens. Whoa. 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 Wait, where's my camera? Whoa. Whoops. Whoa. Eleven is so hard to use in Street Fighter. I'm getting washed. It'd be like that. Whoa. I've teleported into a new position. What kind of witchcraft is this? It's my glove. Here we go. Okay. Why is this not working? Come on, I literally just used you earlier. Right? There we go. Okay. So, Gar, I don't know if I showed you this, but basically the concept is like when you go in for an attack, it will create this little prompt, and then you have to put in arrow keys like a rhythm game, or like keys like the rhythm game. P. I need this color. There we go. Hey. 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 Okay. Programming. Those drums are so humanized, I can hear it. They're like just off. Like simulated human error. Okay. Programming. So first of all, do I do this using sprites only? Oh, well, let me lower my only sprites versus
This is a stupid dope mix.
only versus objects. Because the difference between them is pretty substantial. Because for one thing, if I use sprites, will have to stop drawing using variables. But with objects, I can just destroy object. I also have an easier time it'll be easier to account for player inputs, because I think I can still draw objects to surfaces, like referencing this surface once it's created. I'm gonna test that. I'm gonna test that real quick. That's what I'm gonna do. I am going to make a test object after I switch OBS back to screen record. No, it's not. Here we go. And open this. Okay. Where'd my webcam go? There it is. Alright, join me again, friends. Alright, we're back over here. So I'm going to create an object. I'm just going to call this object obj text. Add an event. Add a draw event. I'm gonna change its surface. What's the surface? Actually, I can do draw. Right. I don't know. The SPR dialog box. Just something big so I can see sub image 0 X Y. Done. Okay, and now we're gonna go up here. I'm gonna go into draw. I'm gonna go to instance create. Instance create depth X Y OBJ test. Oh wait, shoot, I need to create that. I don't know. Depth. OBJ. Object test. Ah, that's text, not test. Object test. And that'll work. Now, does that just draw to the surface? Because I'm very curious. Because if that's the case... Oh, shoot, I gotta use my controller. Am I dropping frames? That's so weird. I've never dropped frames while streaming game development before. Okay. All right. Okay, yeah. Wait. No, that's not drawing just on the surface. But if I set it to draw on the surface with surface set target and surface reset target. Okay, so go down here. Surface set target MG surface. And then surface reset target. Play. But it is set. This instant doesn't create until what? You're not even created until this. Oh, okay, I get it. Object minigame. What did I name it? Object battle minigame. That's what I'm looking for. I was right. It does not exist. There we go. Okay, so it creates itself. X and Y. And this creates itself like its own X and Y. Let's change this to 0, 0. Okay, so it does draw to the surface. That's what I was mostly curious about. And this needs to have the correct value. So I can just make an object. Okay, so I'm gonna change this to use SPR. Did I even add that? I don't think I did. Yeah, I didn't. I need to make a new sprite. Create sprite. SPR. I need to delete that object test. It is in the wrong place. Or move it. SPR. Rhythm. Arrows. Import. Edit image. Import strip image. Open. These are 14 by 14. And I have 5 of them. Convert. Okay. That's why you couldn't win this. I'm the living legend, veteran in this. My first priority got dealt with successfully. Nothing more to prove in my corner. No one test me. I finished all my missions. You tell me who the best could be. Capcom and lockdown, infinity. I moved on. Now my life is much better. On to bigger things, but we hustle forever. We cut your life short. Plus you thought you was clever. It's all about the family. We stay silent forever. Yo, I moved on. Now my life is much better. Here. Some bigger things, but we hustle forever. We cut your life short. Plus you thought you was clever. It's all about the family. We stay silent. Objects to UI to battle UI. There we go. Okay, so draw sprite. So I could do objects, but I could also just not and just do the sprite here. Okay, let's do draw sprite. SPR. Catch us on the never secrets. A little more to do. You try to pick the evilness to try to bring it down. But I got Almighty one on my side, holding it down. This time I'm moved on. sub image to 0, and we're gonna draw it on the. Where is it? So you're drawing. I'm gonna draw this to the. Just a test. So I'm gonna want this to be at 0, 0. Where I need it to be 0 on the x-axis. And on the y-axis, I need it to be oh, my brain is dying. Oh, okay. This is brought down. Y plus 4. Let's just say Y plus 5.
Village, a dark world with street soldiers, thugs and gangbangers. Just like I showed you that last part of your life, and now it's changed to the newer era. Sick, even more colder than whatever. Yo, it's time I moved on. I broke my title up. Everybody got defeated. It's time you hung it up. Optional. The level you're on, you better settle. It's for the move, so what's it gonna be? Trapped in a new world, street by the three. The third chapter, so what's it gonna be? Trapped in a new world, street by the three. Make your first move, so what's it gonna be?
Okay, so it draws itself right there. Why all the way down there? Oh, duh. I need to get origin Y, right? Or should I? No, it should be prompt Y. And then add 1. I'm gonna move this. I'm gonna put it right here. Okay, that looks right. So now, here's what I need the X to do. I need the X to be let's say X move equals approach. 0, and we are trying to get to your X is right here. We're trying to get to where is this? There we go. Okay, so your 0, 0 is right up here. That's 2 pixels off of this. So 1, 2, 0, 0 would be right here. 4. Approach. Prompt X. Minus, no, plus 4. And approach by, I don't know, 1. You see what that does. And then if I put X move here, what do we get? Nothing. Image X move. Is that not just how's it not doing anything? Usually that moves. Move it just fine. Yeah, it's not doing anything at all. Let me see. Where's the last time I used Control Shift F approach? Find next. When's the last time I used approach for something? Okay. So it works in other places. Does it not work with drawing sprites? Does it only work with values? But the X and Y is a value. It's because I'm using 0. Current and then target value. Okay, let's say if I just make this 100, does it do something? Approach on increments of 1. Not a thing. This is gonna be annoying, I can tell. Because I've moved objects, but I guess you can't move sub-image X. that doesn't do anything either. I just don't understand. You know what? I'm gonna call that a session. We got the visual aspects in. I'm gonna figure out the rest of this logically at some other point, because this is blowing my mind. Visuals of mini game working. Got the prompt show up correctly. Alright, we're gonna commit this to rhythm mini games. Check our history. We're gonna push the origin. Okay. That's gonna do it for me, folks. I'll have to figure out the rest of this later. My brain is dying and I don't think I have the prowess to figure this out quickly. So, to compensate for my lack of knowledge, I'm gonna do some research and planning. And I'm gonna get back with this. This will either be working next Saturday or we'll try and get it working next Saturday and I'll take a week to like prepare. But that was fun. It's nice to see it like actually like in game, like visually, even if it doesn't really work. But I had fun, guys. We enjoyed ourselves. We did good. Good session. But I am going to bid you adieu. Y'all have a good weekend and enjoy yourselves out there. The world can be a fun place, though dangerous.